There are moments when silence isn't peace. It's a storm waiting to speak. Have you felt like the past is pulling at you again? Like unfinished chapters are knocking louder and louder? What if the real reckoning isn't with others, but with your own soul? A sacred judgment unfolds now, Taurus. A frequency shift that will either set you free or expose every part you've ignored. Even Nostradamus warned, justice doesn't begin in the world, it begins within. And now you are being summoned to the courtroom of your own becoming. What if the pain you buried has been silently shaping every decision you've made? What if the things you moved on from never really let go of you? Taurus, there's a sacred mirror being held up to your soul right now. And no matter how hard you look away, you can feel its pull. This is not the time to pretend you're okay. This is the time to turn around and face the part of you that still whispers, "Why did that happen to me?" Because here's the truth no one likes to say. Justice begins when you stop denying your pain. The cards are not here to flatter you. They are here to awaken you. And today, 3 of them come forward. The Justice, the Moon, the 8 of Cups. This trinity holds the essence of this cycle. Not easy, not light, but completely transformative. Justice steps forward first, not to punish, to reveal. This is the universal moment where what was buried must rise, not to haunt you, but to balance the scale. Every moment you stayed silent, every truth you swallowed, every time you chose peace over your own voice is being weighed now, not by others, but by your own soul. And justice does not ask you to attack anyone. It asks, will you finally stop betraying yourself? Then the moon rises. Here, illusions begin to tremble. People around you may start revealing their true intentions. Secrets may surface. Dreams become strange, vivid, messages coded in symbols. This isn't paranoia. This is intuition sharpening like a blade. The moon brings fog only to reveal what was hidden beneath it. And for Taurus, what's being revealed now is how much you've been negotiating your worth. Have you been dimming your light to keep others comfortable? Accepting less than you deserve out of fear of being alone? Keeping quiet to avoid conflict? This phase of your life has no room for that anymore, because what you tolerate now becomes your fate later. And the 8 of Cups walks in, silently, firmly. This card is about walking away, even if nothing outside you gives permission, even if you still feel something, even if it doesn't make sense. Because you are not walking away from love. You are walking toward self-honor. This is the sacred moment where you stop asking, am I allowed to let this go? And start saying, I choose to release what no longer reflects who I've become. And as you do, something begins to shift. An ancestral energy rises, a presence that has watched over you. Maybe a grandmother, an old teacher, a soul guide, begins to whisper through dreams, signs, or synchronicities. You've done enough sacrificing. Now receive. This is not about revenge. This is not about proving anything. This is about restoring the balance that your silence once broke. Now, Taurus, if these words stirred something deep within, anchor this energy by writing the following decree in the comments. I release the weight of silence and reclaim my voice without fear. Say it, feel it, declare it, because once this truth is spoken, the energy around you will begin to shift. And if this message resonated with your soul, don't forget to leave your hype on this video. Like, comment, share, and if your heart feels the call, become a channel member. Every hype you give strengthens this light, helps this sanctuary grow, and brings this message to those who need it most. What happens when you finally choose yourself? Everything around you rearranges. People start acting strange. Opportunities shift. Situations once stable begin to shake, not because you're doing anything wrong, but because the energy you radiate no longer matches your past. And Taurus, that's exactly what begins now. Justice is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's a quiet message you weren't expecting. Sometimes it's someone losing interest when you no longer bend for them. Sometimes it's a delay, not to punish you, but to protect you from rushing into the wrong story again. This month you'll see it. A truth you sensed but ignored will be confirmed. A person who used to drain you will naturally fade. An invitation will come that tempts the old version of you. That last one is the test. Will you bite the hook because it's familiar, or will you honor your healing, even if it means walking away from what used to comfort you? Because here's what the guides are showing clearly. Something or someone will return. A past connection, a job, a place. Something unfinished will knock again, but this time it's not meant to be a restart. It's meant to reveal who you've become. Can you say no without guilt? Can you say yes with boundaries? Because how you respond now determines the shape of what comes next. Your energy has matured. You no longer react. You respond from awareness. And in that, justice is already being served. Also, watch your dreams and symbols. In this phase, they are carrying coded truths. You might see a courtroom, a child, a storm, a mirror. Each of these has a message. Courtroom, karmic cycles being resolved. Child, inner self needing attention. Storm, emotional release before clarity. Mirror, someone is reflecting your own unhealed space. And what about those who hurt you? Let this be clear. You are not here to be their punishment. You are here to be your own restoration. As you rise, some may fall, not because you wished it, but because they chose not to grow. And that's not your burden anymore. Instead, prepare, because the energy shows a new figure approaching, someone whose presence feels like peace, not performance. It may not be romantic, though for some it could be. It might be a mentor, a friend, a soul mirror, but this person will show you what it feels like to be seen without needing to earn it. And when they do, you'll know. This is what I was always meant to receive. You've walked through silence. You've endured the unraveling. And now something begins to emerge, not as a grand arrival, but as a sacred softening, a shift in the wind, a lightness in your chest you didn't expect, a sign that maybe, just maybe, you're finally stepping out of survival and into reception. This part of the journey is delicate. It's the in-between phase, not where you used to be, not yet where you're going. But here, Taurus, is where the magic lives. You'll begin to notice people treat you differently, as if they feel your new boundary. Time flows better, delays begin to vanish. You find things you thought you lost, literally and emotionally. This is energetic justice. And then comes the first tangible gift. A message, an invitation, a window opens, small but undeniable. It may be a new role, a collaboration, a shift in living space, a reconnection that feels surprisingly healthy, and you'll recognize it not by logic, but by how calm your body feels when it arrives, because that's your new compass. Peace is your permission slip. But Taurus, don't rush it. What's coming is not just any opportunity. It's one that was held back until your energy was truly ready. And now, it's time. But here's something deeper. The numbers 3, 8, and 11 will show up as signs. 3, alignment in mind, heart, and soul. 8, power returning to you. 11, the gateway. You're being watched over. Also, be open to the unexpected helper. Someone not from your current circle. Someone you almost overlook, but they bring with them a key. A resource, a connection, or a perspective you need now, and you'll feel it. Because this isn't about random luck. This is about divine choreography finally landing into form. You did the shadow work. You chose yourself. You let go when it hurt. And the universe, it noticed. Now it sends something back, not as a reward, but as a mirror of your new frequency. Let it in. Receive without shame, trust without needing to control the outcome, because this is your restoration era. Sometimes we go through fire just to learn how much light we carry inside. And Taurus, what you've walked through this year, the emotional earthquakes, the broken connections, the nights of silence, they weren't for nothing. They were sacred training, not to harden you, but to refine you. And now, with this new perspective, you begin to see the true architecture behind your recent storms. Here's what is becoming clear. That loss, it freed space for what your soul truly craved. That betrayal, it showed you exactly what you will never tolerate again. That breakdown, it introduced you to a deeper version of your own voice. Every wound was a whisper, every delay, a detour to somewhere higher. And now, the map of your life starts to reveal the pattern. The cards show it clearly. You are entering the corridor of realignment. This is where life starts to match your soul, not your past survival mechanisms. And yes, it may feel surreal at first. You might catch yourself saying, "Is this really happening for me?" Because for so long, you learned to prepare for the worst. But now, Taurus, you are being asked to do something far more radical. Prepare for things to actually go right. And here comes the full circle moment. Someone who once couldn't see your worth now recognizes it fully. Whether they say it or not, you'll feel it. In their energy, in their sudden silence, in the way life now draws them to witness your rise. But here's the truth. Their realization is not your responsibility. Your destiny never needed their approval. You've outgrown waiting for validation. And that, Taurus, is justice at its finest. This chapter also brings in a spiritual assignment. You may feel called to teach something, create something sacred, share your voice, serve others with your story. Do not ignore that urge. Because what you've been through was not just for you. It was meant to ripple, to heal beyond your own heart, to become medicine for those still walking through what you survived. And lastly, something unexpectedly beautiful enters your field. A reunion with someone from a past life. A recognition so strong it bypasses logic. A synchronicity that confirms you are no longer lost. This isn't a fantasy. It's alignment in action. It's the life you once dreamed of, now looking back at you saying, you made it. There's a stillness that follows the storm, a quiet clarity that arrives once you stop running, not from others, but from your own light. And now, Taurus, you stand in that stillness, not because life became easy, but because you became unshakable. Everything that felt like punishment was preparation. Every ending was protection. And now, the real prophecy begins. Your journey through shadow has unlocked a hidden code in your energy, and this month, October 2025, marks the activation of a new destiny. Here is what the cards reveal as your final gifts. A major cycle is complete. No more lessons disguised as chaos. This is the graduation. You earned it. A spiritual contract ends. That person or pattern that kept pulling you back, it's released now, for good. A sacred offer enters. It may not look flashy, but it holds truth, growth, and long-term alignment. This is not about being chosen. This is about choosing yourself so deeply that everything else aligns in response. You've rewritten the story. You've recalibrated your fate. And the universe, it now echoes your new frequency by sending evidence of everything you became. But don't forget, Taurus, you didn't just survive, you transformed. And the final truth is this: you were never being punished. You were being shaped into a vessel that could hold real love, true purpose, and soul-level peace. Now people will wonder, how did Taurus change so much? How are they glowing? How did they manifest that life? But they won't know the storms you faced in silence. The nights you didn't give up, the courage it took to keep healing. You will not need to explain. Your energy will speak louder than words. And now, let the final veil fall. Let justice finish its sacred work. Let peace be your new normal. Because the past has been judged, and you, Taurus, have been set free. Now, if this message spoke to your soul, anchor its energy in the comments with this closing decree. I rise in peace, power, and purpose. The past no longer defines me. Let these words be your crown. Let them echo through timelines. Let them call forth everything your soul has earned. And if this message touched your heart, leave your hype in this video. Like, comment, share it. And if you feel the sacred call, become a channel member. Each hype you give strengthens this energy, helps this sanctuary grow, and brings this light to the souls still walking in the dark.